Okay. Ready, Alex?
Every meeting.
Okay, it is 5 o'clock PM on Tuesday, July 28th, 2026. I'll call this regular town board meeting of the town of LaPointe to order. Take a roll call. Mike Anderson.
Here.
Amy Baxter.
Here.
John Carlson.
Here.
Samantha Dobson.
Here.
And Glenn Carlson here. We also have our town clerk, our town administrator, our planning, zoning and grants administrator, and members of the public. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to administrative reports. Any questions or comments from Max on his
I do.
administrator? Go ahead, Mike.
On paragraph 1, Max, for the Big Bay Town Park Accessibility Project. So you got, somebody's gonna write to the state and ask for the easement, right?
Yes.
And so if we don't, let's say we don't get an easement, is there a plan B or plan 2?
Well, the task force, they focused on alternative 2 and 4. 4 is the one that we submitted,
Okay,
and that was the one that would require the easement. Okay, I think that what we would do if the state said they wouldn't give us the easement, we'd go to alternative 2.
and you don't need an easement for the alternative 2 for the, okay, got it. And anybody else?
John?
Yeah, I've got, unless, are you still going, Mike?
Well, I'll go on to paragraph 2.
Well, go ahead.
In the payroll, so I just want to get this straight for myself. Kerber Rose is currently doing the payroll.
What I do is I feed them, I get the timesheets from all the employees. I standardize them, I look at them, review them, and then I scan them and send them to Kerber Rose, and then they do the payroll. They process everything. They just send back the completed payroll for our approval, and once we approve it with the bank, it gets paid.
Okay, you have in our current ineffective or inefficient process. So what's inefficient about it on their end is?
No, on our end, first of all, we don't have a standard time card format, like, and it will probably not be because Public Works has to track a lot of different things they're doing, because some of it is stuff we can bill back to the county or bill back. So their timesheets are more detailed. Office people are, they just put their hours. Police, up until we agreed on this change, they had to track, their spreadsheet was completely different. So it's what I think where we're headed is that step of trying to get everything in one kind of format that they can look at is going to be eliminated, and we'll just input the hours from here.
And then do it yourselves?
Well, we'll do it, but they will still do all the reporting and everything that, the reporting to the government, the quarterly 941s, W-2s, and all that stuff, they would still do.
Got it.
Now I have to get feedback. She's coming to talk about this, and I have to get feedback about, I would assume we have a contract. I would assume if we do this, the fee should drop because we're doing more work and they're doing less.
That would have been my next question.
Yeah. There should be some savings there,
Yeah,
because we're gonna input the data. But there's still gonna be, what I really appreciate is they're responsible for all the government reporting,
right.
which is a big load off our back. We had trouble with that, and it really helps to just have a professional taking care of all that stuff.
Got it. Okay, that was
Anything
it.
else, Mike? John?
Okay. For the microgrid, I don't have a question about that, but I'm just wondering, have we heard anything about the MRF grant and the clinic?
Tiger's fixed.
Okay,
The inverter at the MRF is an old inverter. Joma is trying to contact them. They don't have any, it's like a computer or software they don't support anymore. You
Sure.
just call them on the phone and they can walk you through a diagnostic. So Joma is trying to contact them, and it's not fixed. And it probably is the inverter. And it's probably out of warranty, so
sure.
yeah.
All right, thanks.
Anything else, Chief?
No.
Amy? couple things I have on it. One, we had at one point talked to the state, the DNR, about potentially expanding the parking up at Big Bay Town Park. And they were very amenable to it, particularly as a safety issue to avoid people having, if in an overflow situation, parking on Big Bay.
On the road, you mean?
Yeah, on Big Bay Road. And what they had, I think, tentatively said, yeah, we'd be okay with this if that's, a safety issue is, so, when you're coming in that parking area,
Mhm.
you parked on both sides there. It sounds like they would give us enough of an easement to be able to do something similar to that on the outflow, that road going out.
On the north, but in his paragraph, it says on the north side of that road.
That north road, yeah, the north side of that road. So they might be willing to go, to I think there's a ravine there.
Yeah, well, okay, I didn't know about that, and we will have to think about that, because that path. The slope is such that the path will start back pretty far, and it will actually be below grade. Even before, how you get, on the walking path, you get to close to the steps. This alternative, that path will actually be below grade, you'll actually be.
So you don't think that's
So I don't know.
parking appropriate? Well, whatever. So if that is something that,
With the guy the first pass on this is the state park manager, Dave, and he's the first guy that we submit the easement to. So I'll bring that up and then say, hey, we're looking at this too. Can we solve both problems?
Yeah.
Okay.
anyhow, and your comment, yes, the task force has done great work so far.
They
Thank
were
you.
focused and really, we had a meeting on site with Arnie and then we had the Cooper Engineering guy flew up here and met with them. I think they were really focused on doing their jobs.
Thank you. Okay, is there unanimous consent to place Max's report on file?
Yeah.
Okay, we have nothing under Public Works, under committees. We have committee minutes from the Harbor Commission and a couple minutes from the task force. Did anyone have any comments or questions on those?
One question for about the Harbor Commission.
Go ahead, John.
I'm just wondering how long you guys they're gonna wait to do something with the Brennas, for the property. I mean, I think the deal was done in May.
I think that's right.
I just don't want the taxpayers to have to pay to have their stuff disposed of.
I mean, just so the people out there, you're talking about the storage in the,
Yeah,
On Middle Road.
what do they call it, a Quonset hut?
yeah.
Oh, it's both the Quonset hut, the house and the garage. I'm
Yeah,
guessing all three of them.
whatever they got in there, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's time to maybe write a letter and have an officer deliver it to say that, they got 24 hours something. And otherwise, the amount of money, some amount of money for the crew to take it out and to dispose of it. And this will be the cost to you.
Yeah, Katie Kisner had written some emails.
Yeah, I
Yeah, you've been
listen,
there.
yeah.
And she was going to actually call them, okay? And I don't know if she's been successful at that, but I think your idea is like the next step if we don't hear, because no, I agree.
Yeah,
And we're gonna, as you probably know, the plan is that that house, if you call it that, and the garage are going to be burned down the end of October, I think.
yeah. And we don't want anything of theirs to be in there, and then they can say, wow, that was worth so much money.
Yeah, no, totally. And they will, I mean, the plan is that all that stuff's got to be out of there before the burn.
Right.
And so, yeah, this is getting, you know, like, okay.
It's past.
Yeah, yeah, you're, no problem. Anything else?
That was it for me.
I just want to point out that, they, had been approached, the Harbor Commission, about, having, public Wi-Fi in the downtown area. And as well on the boats. The Harbor Commission rightly concluded that the downtown area Wi-Fi is outside of their lane. And if anyone is interested, it's probably the town board or the TPC that people should direct their interest to. Okay, anything else, anyone? Do unanimous consent to place the minutes on file?
Yes.
Yes.
Next, Energy Committee. They have not met in 18 months, and I think, Max, you've sent them an email today?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a response from Robin. She said, the mission of the Energy Committee is very important. I agree that it should be brought back as the need arises.
Okay. We don't, there's no rush. We just have let the committee members know. So, if no one objects, we'll put it on the next agenda to actually disband the committee. I think disbanding it before they just got it today.
Sure.
So I think giving them, till the next meeting to say, oh, no. Because Robin's not the chair, is she? Or she wasn't, yeah.
It was,
Ever since Larry Bean left, Larry Bean was pretty much the whole thing.
Driving force. Yeah.
And when he left.
Yeah.
I don't even know who was on the
it
chair.
was Lila Gert.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, next is Harbor Commission approve resolution 2026-0728. And this is the Harbor Assistance Project for this coming year, which might involve a match from the town/Harbor Commission of $120,000. And Rich is here if anyone has any questions. He's been very involved with this, and thank you, Rich, for all your work. He's, I think, intending to get this submitted to them by Friday to the Harbor Assistance. So
I'd make a motion to approve it. Resolution number 2026-0728 with discussion.
Second.
moved and seconded, discussion.
So why you have Glenn Carlson commissioner? I mean, why would Glenn Carlson have to sign as a commissioner?
Yeah, so that was for the Harbor Commission.
Right.
We approved that, they approved that back on July 23rd. Tonight, we wanted to get it in front of the town board. Alex had prepared an additional sheet that goes with that, has all of the town board members.
Yeah, probably, there's no reason for me to sign it as a
Yeah,
commissioner.
but I mean, the president is
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And he's on here, and then you have Glenn Carlson, commissioner.
Yeah,
Instead of chairman.
yeah,
I mean, I don't know why it would say commissioner.
Yeah, it's this was from the Harbor Commission meeting on July 23rd. We also wanted to run it by town board. So any grant that has a match comes in front of town board because we want to be careful that we're monitoring all funds.
yeah, and
There is one additional sheet.
yeah, and it probably should be that I'm signing it as town chair. However,
Chairman.
there is an attachment that all of us get. I don't know if you got it, but there's an attachment that Alex prepared because it's a resolution
Yeah.
that we're all going to need to sign
Sure.
in due course here. So, any other
That
questions?
was all I had.
John, Amy, Sam? Okay. Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? You can start the process. Motion carries. Thank you. Next, we have recommendation from the Harbor Commission for updated tariffs. And there are only really a couple of changes in here. One of them, and the pages are not numbered, unfortunately, but the first one is on the back of the fourth page, which will be like page 7, I guess, or 8. And if you go down, this is 2026 freight on customer vehicles.
Wait. Okay.
And all the way down at the bottom is what has changed and the schedule in advance on that page. So it's right.
Oh, okay.
So the change is that they have to schedule in advance.
Well, let me wait for everyone to get on the
Yeah.
same page, so to speak. Would be on the, for me, it's, so you got 1, 2, you have. Next one. Fast of that next one. There you go. So, you know, this initially came up as a result of some requests, I guess, by Darlings. Thought that their charges were high. The Harbor Commission heard from a number of people that we shouldn't necessarily do something that favors a specific business. And so the Harbor Commission has decided in consultation with Miffle that something that might help them, but it would also help us a great deal, is if we had a discounted crew per hour charge, if you had scheduled the delivery in advance. I think the idea was at least 24 hours in advance on an as available basis. That they would, instead of it being $135 per hour charge, it would drop down to a $65 an hour charge. It should also probably say $65 minimum for that, because the other one says 135 minimum.
Right.
So that's the first thing. And, you know, I think that that's about as good as we're going to get as far as, you know, what Darlings is wanting. This should help them. It should also help anybody else that needs it, and it will help the ferry line in scheduling so that they don't have big trucks just showing up that they need to pull people off of other projects for. So that's that. Any questions on that issue?
Is there a charge then for the truck?
There is no additional charge on the truck under this scenario.
So the truck use is just free.
The truck does get charged the truck fare, the normal truck fare. But
So so there's just a charge, so whatever it is over 20 some feet is the charge.
yes,
How does the Harbor Commission plan on making their money back off that truck then?
well, that truck gets used, I think, in the summer. And John, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that. But this is a proposal that, you know, the Harbor Commission thinks is good for the Harbor Commission, good for the ferry operation. And incidentally, it does help people that have a need for loading and unloading assistance. We can certainly request the Harbor Commission to take a look at a rental charge.
They got 2 trucks that they need to recoup. Now, charging just the regular charge to come over isn't recouping, it's just the basic need.
Mhm.
It's like, why don't they buy me a work van then? I think they need to go back. I mean, maybe this is for this year, so it's done and over with, but the next tariffs, maybe they need to really sit down and think about how they're gonna recoup some money that they've spent.
I agree. Thank you. Any other comments on that part? The other part, don't think is going to be quite as much of an issue for folks, and that is to,
What page you on?
this is, okay, where we were, look,
Where we were.
2 more pages.
Well, changes.
And it's headed, it says Harbor Commission policy for gratis reduced ferry transportation So go down about, well, so you've got a list of 7 items there.
Yep,
Go through all that. Then you've got a list of 2 items.
yep.
This, what the change is item 2. Okay. And this is to give fire and EMS service members who are in good standing a 50% discount off the normal cash price, not the MAG card price, but the normal cash price for transportation on the ferry line. And that extends to their family. The discount, like I said, also applies to a vehicle up to 22 feet. So it goes beyond what the MAG card limit is for vehicles, which I think is 19 feet. So someone that is a firefighter and has a dually or something, they'd get the 50% of the cash price. It doesn't apply to any freight, commercial cargo, special handling
You
charges.
know, well, this is a wonderful idea. But so what would happen if, okay, you're talking about a lot. When you say family members, the fire department has what, 22 people in it
Mhm.
or something? So family members, you're probably talking 50 people
Mhm.
total. So what would happen if, let's say Sam isn't, you're not on the fire department and I'm going over with my truck and I'm on the fire department. And she says, I have 2 straw bales of hay at Midland. Can you pick me up? And I say, yeah, give me your card. And I'm not, I shouldn't be using her card because
Yeah.
I'm not, what's to prevent that from happening?
Well,
Abuse, basically.
it's frankly the honor system, and people are going to be informed that if they let non-family members use the card, their card is going to be revoked.
Well, okay, that would be my second question then. So who's in charge of discipline? Like, you can't expect the ticket girl or ticket takers, to know everybody. And so if I get caught, like if you give me your card and if I get caught using it, and so who's going to discipline them, Max?
No, the Harbor Commission will let the ferry line know. The ferry line will turn off that card.
Okay,
Well, they'll probably transfer any balance that's on that card to their personal card, right? Their old MAG card. There's only going to be per employee, there's only going to be 1 card per family. Okay, so they're not going to be, 60 or 80 cards floating around. And so, the employee is responsible for that card. Now they put their own money on it, right? Like they do with a regular MAG card. But they present that card to the ticket taker. They and other members of their immediate family, and the Harbor Commission is going to define immediate family. The spouse and 2 kids are in the car. Okay, 2 of their kids are in the car. They all go free. If someone says, well, I saw so-and-so and they had, neighbors' kids in the car and well, they're going to probably get a warning. I would guess if that becomes known. This is a great benefit.
it's a good idea.
Sarah and Jay are, just delighted that the town board and the Harbor Commission is able to do this. And they will, I think, make it clear to people that
Don't abuse it.
Don't abuse it.
Don't abuse
That's what I'm saying. It's a great idea as long as it's not
Been a long
abused.
time coming for them to get this benefit. And I'm sure they will both tell their crews, don't
Okay.
abuse it.
And in giving credit where credit is due, John Carlson was probably the earliest person to suggest this. And you suggested it even back before we owned the ferry line. I know when actually it would have cost the town real money, because we would have paid
Sure.
the ferry line. Now, since we own the ferry line, we're we're only losing revenue if someone is bumping someone else off. And so, you know, it's actually a pretty low cost
Incentive.
thing for the town to do.
Yeah.
That we could have done before. It would have cost significant amount of money.
Yeah.
And now, you know, I mean, it certainly doesn't cost us any more to have four family members in a car than it does to have one. You know, once you've got the car, you know, but anyhow, so that's one other change to the, and that is the recharge amount. For this specific card, the Harbor Commission is recommending that the minimum recharge amount be $150.
For the EMS card?
Yeah. Reducing it a little bit. They're reluctant to reduce the general card because then you're going to have people who, you know, are here for a week and
Well, yeah,
they get a card,
Doesn't go for it.
right? So, anyhow, Amy,
It says 50.
that's for we've already approved this. So under.
Oh, that's for the group one for
Yeah.
all town employees?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yep. Yeah, it says if you,
That was a typo for the card you were talking.
yeah, go up about 3/4 of the page under G payment.
Oh, okay, I see.
Minimum receipt charge per participant shall be $150. So, is there a motion to approve this tariff submission?
I made a motion.
Oh, you did, okay.
I'll
Didn't I?
second.
No,
Oh, I'll make a motion.
last time.
I'll make a motion to approve the tariffs as presented.
I'll second.
John, been seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Terrific. They will get this into the Railroad Commission in the next couple of days. And then 30 days after that, these tariffs go into effect.
So you're hoping that it will start taking effect like by the fall?
Oh, yeah. And this does require, you know, Mifflin's gonna get a card designed. We've given them a draft generated by AI, but, you know, it has a lighthouse in the background and, well, you know, we don't have a lighthouse in the background. So, anyhow, it needs to, and then it needs to be programmed. And they've got one person who does programming. And so our thinking, our hope is that now with our approval, they'll start the design process and the programming so that hopefully when the 30 days with the Railroad Commission comes, that they'll also have the programming done. I think that's a little optimistic on the programming side, but you know, hopefully by Labor Day, I would certainly hope that we have this. Okay, so that was approved. Thank you. Next is approve the contract with the Bayfield School District. And the only change from the past years, there are actually two changes. One on page 4, item 5, compensation. We are proposing to increase the 6th through 12th grade level to $14. It's currently $13 round trip. And to increase the K through 5 by 50 cents to $9.50. That's 7.7% and 5.6%. They also recommend that on page 5 at the very top, item B, special trips requested outside of the posted ferry schedule will incur a $250 fee per trip. Currently, there is no additional fee per trip. We have asked the school district if they can try to arrange things like teacher conferences for Thursdays and Fridays, which there is a normal later vote. And so wouldn't need a special trip for that. So we're kind of trying to both a carrot and stick. You know, if you can do it and meet the schedule, no charge. If you can't, you know, $250. Is there any questions about this?
So this is every year you have to go through?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And we should check and maybe Alex, you can check with Katie if this should be part of the tariff submission. I don't believe that in the past, the school contract was ever submitted for, to the Railroad Commission. And my reading of the Railroad Commission's responsibility is that this kind of thing should be submitted to them. Frankly, it is possible because this is a special deal for a very specific group. And it's not within the statute. So the statute on water carriers allows what we've done for the fire and EMS people, because they are actually, in the statute, we are allowed to give free or reduced passage to employees of the water carrier and their families. There's nothing in there that says we can reduce the fare for students. Okay, other than something that applies to people of any age, like we've got now, up to 12 and da-da. So I think part of this is sort of protective for us if it turns out that we should have been submitting these all along to them, and what we're doing is not in accordance with.
Whose responsibility to find out if this should have been submitted with the tariffs?
We're just going to submit it, I think.
And just let them say, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Better safe.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it may come back that they say this is no go, and there will be a new contract then that we'll have to discuss. So, do we have a motion to approve the school contract, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the the contract between the Brazil Melamine Ferry.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Next item, I'm gonna ask if we can move that to just after lawsuits and legal issues. The item for the Bayfield MOU.
A motion to move item C4 to right after lawsuits and legal issues.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next is Town Hall Administration. We have the budget summary report through June 30th. Are there any questions or comments on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the budget summary report as presented. So,
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is we need to reschedule our next town board meeting. August 11th is election day and this room will be occupied. Alex, do you have a suggestion?
We could do the Monday before, the Wednesday after. We can't do Thursday, or we could do Friday.
What is the Wednesday after? So the 12th
Wednesday, the 12th.
Wednesday, how does that look for everyone here?
fine with me.
John?
That should be fine.
Okay. Works for me, Amy.
So when
Sure, another Wednesday night barbecue, I won't be.
Wednesday, same time.
Yeah, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So be it, right? I don't think we need a vote on that. Okay, next is to approve MOUs with Bad River for EMS and fire service. These are drafts, actually. And so we're gonna put this on the agenda for the next meeting. We need to make, there's some blanks that need to be filled in, like fire numbers, and I think also understand why we have a separate MOU for medical services versus fire services.
And the dates obviously have to be changed.
Yeah, and Alex did change those dates to
You know, one thing
26.
though, we can talk about, is this, have we got any agreement now?
I don't think so.
Because we didn't.
Before, it was discussed before.
Yeah, it's been talking.
Us for years.
So.
Years, right.
Yeah.
But no, it never got to completion.
Yeah.
Have they approached us at all?
Pardon?
Has Bad River approached us? at
Yes,
all?
this came from them.
Okay,
Or, I was contacted by
Blanchard,
what?
Bob Blanchard,
No,
traffic chairman.
I think his name is
Not anymore.
Planner. And he said that they're going to put those cabins into either VRBO or Airbnb.
Oh,
He
really?
wants to nail this down now, so they're motivated to get this taken care of.
Oh, okay.
So we'll put this on the next agenda. Does anyone right now have any comments that they'd like to?
So save this, or we're gonna get something new.
We've got something new. If you have any thoughts between now and next meeting, please share them, Alex or Max. Okay, moving on, vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve the vouchers in the amount of $7,963.17.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have alternative claims.
I will make a motion to approve the alternative claims in the amount of $48,783.99.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. This has to be one of the lowest
Yes.
invoices and alternative claims
Let's
that I
say,
can
just
recall
approve it.
ever seeing. Yeah. Okay, next is the treasurer's report.
I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report with a balance ending with $1,238,803.34.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have minutes from the July 14th meeting. Does anyone have any comments or corrections? I just have one, Alex,
Mhm.
and that's under public comment.
Mhm.
And my restated he and his wife.
You.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes as revised?
I'll make,
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented with the correction.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? I don't believe we have anything under emergency services. Is that right, Max?
Right.
Public comment B, Paul?
At 29th birthday, however old Mike might be. And then when it comes to this MAG card for fire and EMS, instead of a lighthouse, how about putting like a cross or a fire emblem or something like that there? I'm just throwing that out. And I know he just passed away a few weeks ago after Randolph Bantu passed away, and maybe it's trademark, but how about the words emergency or something like that there? Something to signify it, so maybe it stands out a little more, something along those lines, just spitball.
No, it's not. Then I'll respond, Paul, because that actually is the direction that is going to be handled. It's going to be very distinctive looking. It is going to have both the fire emblem and the EMS emblem. It may even have the picture of a ferry boat.
And it's gonna have a siren when you pull it out of your wallet.
Great.
Maybe just spend a lot of money here.
Yeah, no, but it's, and again, Sarah and Ben, or Sarah and Jay think this is going to be a very useful thing for both retention and recruiting. And so, any other public comment? Jim?
Is the police department part of the EMS?
Well, the police department's its own department.
Okay, then why are they not included in the new MAG card?
That's a good question, and I will answer that. They are paid very reasonable compensation. In fact, I'd say generous compensation. That is not the case with the volunteer EMS and firefighters. And we've heard a lot from Sarah, especially about the sacrifice really of time that they have to make to be on call. And so, frankly, the police are also firefighter or are also EMS. And so they could under that, because they're ambulance service members also, they could qualify if they want. The fact is, I don't think our police currently pay for,
So the, Jim, none of the police live here. They're all on maintenance, and to get here, to go to work, they don't get charged for that. So it's unlikely they would, I guess you could envision a situation with the
All come here to shop.
a busman's holiday. You know? Okay, thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, moving on, liquor licenses, anything to report, Alex? Okay, lawsuits and legal, nothing. And they've got another couple months, I think. Yeah. Okay, is there a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of discussing or deliberating the negotiating of purchasing of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons in which it is or likely to become involved in accordance with 19.851E. After completion of the closed session, board will come back into open session to act upon the discussion in the closed session or otherwise complete the business of the meeting. And this is to discuss the details of a memorandum of understanding we have been negotiating with the city of Bayfield and the Bayfield Harbor Commission regarding fees for use of the access and egress to the bad weather dock that the ferry line uses. Is there a motion to go into closed session for this purpose?
I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
And
Okay, this is a roll call. John Carlson,
Yes.
Amy Baxter,
yes.
Samantha Hobson,
Yes.
Mike Anderson. Motion
Somebody
carries.
seconded?
There should be all that language in there now with the CPI and,
Okay. But then you don't.
I don't think,
This.
yeah, and maybe it's just me here and then probably Zach
Yeah,
and then
Yeah, I think
Here.
it's
that's
split.
for you, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
We need to make, do we need to make?
You need to make a motion to it.
Yes.
We'll make a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding. Send it to Dave or approve it as we
A
discussed.
second.
As discussed in closed session and agreed upon, which is basically a $4,500 a year annual contribution.
Yep.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Is there a motion? Oh, new agenda items.
I just have the two items that we deferred from tonight, disbanding the energy committee and the MOU with Bad River.
Anybody else? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Second.
Favor, say aye.